Welcome to Hungarian Horizon, a podcast about Hungary, its people, and their stories. My name is Balázs Frei.
And I'm Bálint.
Here with us today is Judit Varga, co-founder of Heroes of Responsible Dining, an NGO whose aim is to popularize environmentally conscious eating habits and aid Hungarian hospitality establishments in becoming more environmentally responsible. Last year, they launched the RAKUN Box Community project, which aims to eliminate waste generated by single-use takeaway boxes, which was especially impactful during the pandemic. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
Can you explain a little bit more about how RAKUN fights against plastic pollution?
What happens normally is that you as a customer, you go to a restaurant and you say you want to take away your food, and then they give it to you in plastic or nowadays in bioplastic boxes. And then you take it away, use it, and you throw the box away. So instead of this single line of actions that we do now, what we offer is a service where you actually make it circular. So you go to a restaurant, you say, I have the application, I have the RAKUN app, and I have a subscription, and I would like to use the RAKUN box. So they give you the food in a RAKUN box. You take it away, you eat it. Next day you go to a different restaurant, you take the box, give it to them, you say, I used it yesterday, it's dirty. They take it away as a dirty box, and they give you your food in a box that they already cleaned. So it's not the same box. It's a box that they cleaned. Yeah, it's a hygienic solution because they already made sure that it's sanitized before they give it to you. So you just keep using the same, not the same, but you just keep using the same type of box, and you basically share this box with other people.
And how many boxes do you have in circulation at the moment?
About 900.
Oh wow, that's quite a few.
Can you tell us where does the name RAKUN come from?
Yes. If you have seen the logo, and if you haven't, then go and go on our website and check it out. It's a little raccoon's face. So the whole idea behind it was that we wanted to portray the image of, washing and reusing and make it a lovable little project of ours, because it's very important for us to contribute somehow to the environmental consciousness of people in Hungary. So we figured if we get a little animal and we make it really sweet and lovable, then people are gonna be more likely to use our service.
And how did the pandemic affect this whole RAKUN project?
The pandemic, I think it had bad and good side effects, because all the restaurants closed. Everyone started to order delivery and take their food home. So I think people got more conscious about how much waste they are generating by ordering and taking their food. And even if they are not very environmentally conscious, I think just the fact that they order dinner for their kids and their a small family, and then they have to throw away 15 boxes because everything comes in a different container. Like, you're like, I don't like to take my trash down that often. So hopefully that's gonna have a long-lasting effect, and they're gonna start using, more and more people start to use these, not just ours, but other systems too that base their services on reuse and not on single use.
Have you looked into how much waste you've prevented to date, given how many times RAKUN boxes were used?
Yes, today I don't know, but I think to the beginning of the month it was more than 600, so more than 600 exchanges.
Wow, that's very nice. It's already something. And what inspired you to found Heroes of Responsible Dining?
Oh, that was a long time ago. I think it was more than 10 years ago, and
Wow.
There was 4 of us. We met in an environmental camp. I don't know how to really phrase it. Maybe CSR camp, I think it was called. So it was a week-long kind of study thing about corporate social responsibility. And 4 of us, we became friends, and we all lived in Budapest, and we started to meet up, and we were saying, we should do something. Environmental issues are so important for us. We would like to somehow contribute to making the world better and all these big things. And we actually tried and failed in a couple projects before the Heroes of Responsible Dining, but then I went to the States to volunteer for a year, and I saw on the restaurants' doors that a lot of them advertise something like, let's say, grass-fed beef or free-range eggs or something that is either for animal rights or environmental consciousness, but that they put the energy into telling their customers, this is what we do and this is our values. And we started to talk with the other founders, and they're like, no one really does it in Hungary, or if they do, we don't really know about it. And we always met in cafes, we always met in restaurants, and we started looking around and saying, like, we should do it. We should be that group of people who searches for restaurants that are conscious and advertises them and helps the other ones become better in some ways. So that was our original sparkling idea.
And how many of those restaurants are there at the moment?
So for the RAKUN, there's 21 restaurants,
Mm-hmm.
and we have the Sustainable Restaurant certification that the NGO does, and we have more than 50 of them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
I like to say the community that we built. So we have a lot of volunteers, who give their time and energy and knowledge to help us spread the message. We have a community of the restaurant industry and bloggers and influencers, and we won a whole bunch of prizes, which is really good and kind of makes me flush to say it, but I think it's a good feedback when like the last thing we won the KPMG's Sustainability Award at the Highlights of Hungary, and I don't know, we were so humbled, that we think it's important what we do, but I guess maybe they do too, and it's a good feeling.
That sounds very, very nice. And what do you love most about your job then?
I love to eat, so I love to go to the sustainable restaurants and check out their quality.
Mm-hmm.
I like that I can do something that's very important for me and something that I feel like.
And what is the next food-related environmental challenge that Heroes of Responsible Dining aims to tackle?
Meat and dairy production and consumption. It's also, I feel like recent years, like I don't really have to explain because it's been coming from the tap, how much resources are needed to produce food and dairy. The local and seasonal eating habits. So and this has proven very difficult for us to people kind of forgot what grows when. We walk into a supermarket and you can buy anything you want any time of the year, and it's I think it's hard to notice that sometimes, but it's right here, and okay, I'm not buying it because it's not from here, but it's still right here. It's like a confusing thing, so we try to explain that a lot, like just look at we have an application and you can see which months what grows in Hungary or in the region, and we have like a calendar that you can put on your wall. And this is the second one, and then food waste is a big challenge to tackle, and I think it's a really hard one. Like even I struggle with it sometimes, and I find half a kifli in my bread basket. I'm like, again, I didn't eat it. Like, I think it takes a lot of practice. And
you can make mákoskuba though, so
not from one. That's right.
That's true.
You either have a lot and then you use it, or it's small one and just.
Yeah. Well, we hope you're going to be able to tackle all of these issues and more.
Thank you.
And we wish you the very best. And thank you for being here. It's been great.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Please like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell icon.